guys, welcome back. It's KTV Karen, and in today's vlog I'm going to show you my residence and also my friend's residence. So this residence is known as Voyageur Place, and before I start today's video, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that as well. If you have any questions, make sure to comment that in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe the video and hit the bell icon. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so basically whenever you enter inside Voyageur Place, this is like the entrance door, and once you've entered, you are going to be able to see that we have our first floor, which is over here, and then it's going to lead us to 3 different lounges. So the first step is that I'm going to show you the 3 different lounges. So in the first lounge that we have a few like sofas, a nice like pool table, which is also known as, like, personally I would call this a table tennis table, but people call this the pool table. Anyways, we have like a TV and a few tables and chairs over here. Inside that cupboard, we have a few games, like we have chess and DVDs, but currently I'm not going to open it and show it to you because I'm not bothered. We have like tables and chairs here as well. Now, every lounge has its own name, so you would be able to see what type of lounge it is, usually on the door itself. So for instance, for this particular lounge, we would call this a mixed use lounge. That basically means that you could literally study here, or you could, you know, literally have fun here, have some activities. So now we will be heading towards our second lounge. Okay, everybody, now this is our second lounge that we will be entering. And basically this lounge is a nice, very peaceful study sort of area. However, people can have a little bit of chitter chatter. Now in the center over here, you can see they've made a little hole in here. So if you want to charge your things, your wires goes down here, and you can charge it to the socket over there. You get a very good view because currently I think it is very early in the morning, like around 7:30ish. So that's why it's a bit dark outside. Usually during winters, you're not going to see the sunlight until 8:30. So that is very normal. Here we have like a board, you know, people would write their formulas, study a little bit, write down like different lecture questions, etc. and etc. And yeah, that's basically how it is. So now we're going to turn off the light and we're going to save some light, and we will go outside to our next lounge. This one is our last and final lounge. Usually here it is more quiet. Now because they've opened the windows over there, it's a little bit cold, so I'm not going to be staying here for too long. But technically the idea is that, you know, it's a good study spot. So there'll be like tables and chairs and like whiteboards. The whiteboards are like good dividers between all the tables and chairs. It's a great place to study as well. We have like high tables. We have like tables of a lower height with some chairs. Now currently it's a little bit messy. Usually it is not like this. I think it's because early in the morning and like people last night probably used the lounge, which is why it looks like that. But usually it's much more cleaner than this. It's much more neater than this for sure. But nevertheless, this is how the lounge looks like. So now I will be showing you how the first floor looks like. Hey everybody, so we've completed our tour for like the third lounge. Now the first floor comprises of the left hand side and the right hand side. So I will show you the first floor on the right hand side first. Okay everybody, now we've entered the first floor sort of area of residence. Now because it's early in the morning, we're going to be a bit lower because it's possible that people can literally hear you. I'm going to show you a little bit of the overview of how the kitchen looks like, and then we will head our way towards the left hand side of the first floor. So this is basically the view of the kitchen for the first floor. You can see they have a little bit of some like recycling materials. If you ever want to recycle, if there's any lost and found, you would put this on the table here. This is the nice kitchen view. You have a few sofas, a few tables. I would say that this kitchen is a little bit dimly lit. So even though all the lights are turned on, it's a bit yellowish brown. This is the view outside. It's very snowy. And there's some frost on the window as well. This is the refrigerator, which people tend to put their things in. The whole floor would put their stuff in this, and I personally would suggest you not to to put your stuff in there because it's possible that people could steal your stuff. But then it depends on the floor, and some people would not really steal your stuff, so it depends, you know. Here, this is the stove, and this is the sink that we have with an oven as well. So now we will be leaving, so we're going to turn off the light and then we're going to make our way outside. So this is basically the corridor. This is the corridor at the first floor, and this is how it looks like. I will not give you a tour of any individual or a double room due to privacy concerns, but nevertheless, this is how the corridor looks like. Okay, everybody, so now that we've done basically the right-hand side of our first floor, we'll be moving out to the other part of the first floor, which will allow me to enter from this door. Before I continue, I just wanted to show you how, like, in our residence, we have a few bulletins that looks like this on top of me. And these bulletins are actually made by the RAs because they put so much effort, you know, to create different boards and to mention down like different activities of the month. So they try to make our residence very beautiful. And after I've shown you the first floor, I will take you to the laundry as well. So be sure to keep watching and stay tuned if you're interested. So let's go. All right, everybody, so whenever you enter the first floor, this is the condition of our lovely kitchen. I personally believe that this is one of my most favorite kitchens. Not that because there's so much space, but also because it's much more clean. I don't know, today someone didn't wash their dishes, sadly, so it's a little bit dirty, and the water is running as well, so let's turn the water off. Yeah, so sometimes it's like people just leave the water on. Okay, and then we have our stove here. We have the refrigerator. That's basically a box where, you know, you put frozen stuff, but they didn't really turn on the ice machine. Hopefully they do that in summer. This is a nice recycling box, which is available in every single kitchen for every single floor. Yeah, definitely this kitchen does not have a lot of sofas, but it is much more spacious compared to all the other kitchens. In the cabinets over there, they have like a few detergent powders, a few utensils and everything. In that box over there, they try to put like some things for people who want to cook, in case you ever feel hungry and you want to cook something in the middle of the night. And if Marquise or our food canteen is closed, you can cook as well. Yeah, so now I'll show you the corridor. Hey everybody, so this is basically the corridor, and this is how the first floor looks like. And it's technically the same as any other floors, but I just wanted to give you a rundown of what every floor looks like. So now that we've looked at our first floor, both the right hand side and the left hand side, I will be taking you towards the laundry, and we will discuss about the mechanics of laundries here in Voyageur Place. Alright everybody, so now we've entered into our laundry section, and this is what the laundry section technically looks like. Again, we have some sink where people, if they want to wash their clothing, they could do that here. And this is basically the different washings. Now compared to all the other laundries that we've looked at in the past few vlogs, I would say this laundry is the most hectic one because there's so many people who live in Voyageur Place, and sometimes it's possible that your clothes would go like this. This is a few drying machines, and it's basically the same mechanics as College Quarter or Cedar. So the idea is that you would put your coins in here, you would push it in, and then once you've pushed it in, you will get your coins from the bottom, and then you just have to push the start button, and then you can choose if you want it to be in a high, medium, or low temperature. So that depends on you. Some of these machines are out of order, so they will put a post-it to inform the residents that it's out of order. And yeah, so that's basically how it looks like, and that's the idea. So yeah. Alright everybody, so now that we've done the first floor, we will be heading towards our second floor, and I'm going to be showing you a few ideas of what the second floor looks like. Technically, it's pretty much the same thing as the first floor. There's technically no difference, but I will also show you our kitchen. So I'm currently entering our kitchen. Compared to the first floor, there's more sofas available, and just in a second I'll show you how that looks like. So this is the kitchen of the second floor, and they have more sofas. Again, they have the recycling bins if you want to recycle. So they have like cans, bottles, single paper, and you want to make sure that you have no food and liquid inside the bin. This one is basically the trash can. Here we have a few more chairs. And on the table over here, usually there's a box where they put the utensils. Currently it's not here. It's probably because it's went for washing or something, but it's usually here anyway. Here is some food that people would have. This is the microwave. This is the sink. And this is a kettle. If anybody wants to drink hot water, you could buy your own kettle, or you can use the kettle here, which is shared. This is the refrigerator. And inside the refrigerator, you can see people storing so much food. So there's so much food in here. And then on the top, it's more like the frozen one. So there's like ice cream or like pastry. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so now heading our way outside, you're gonna see this is the corridor. So we have like 4 different sides. One that goes here, one that goes here. There's one that goes here. There's one that goes here. There's like so many corridors. And now finally, I will be taking you towards our 3rd floor. And for that, we would have to go upstairs. So let's go. All right, everybody. So now we've entered the 3rd floor. I told you it looks pretty much the same. This kitchen is very well lit. Again, we have the recycling bin, a few sofas with a very nice table. And here they have the box, which was not found on the 2nd floor, apparently. So they have like a few utensils. This is just some instant noodles if anybody wants some. And this one is the toaster. Now, some of the floors have a kettle, some of the floors have a toaster, and most of the time it's usually in the cabinets, but then someone probably used it, so it's outside. This is the microwave. This is the utensils that people use for cooking, and they didn't wash it yet, so it's there. This is the refrigerator. So here you can see there's so much stuff stored in here because people technically use these refrigerators. And there is, of course, the frozen one on the top here. So lots of food. So this was the kitchen. Outside the kitchen, you will see a very nice vending machine in case you want to buy anything. This is only available on the 3rd floor. So if you live on the 1st floor, you need to come up to the 3rd floor. And this is basically the different corridors that we have. Again, it's the same thing. Some of the doors are colored in, you know, red, green, or beige as well. So this is the view of Voyageur Place. Now, in case you're wondering how do people get their mails here in Voyageur Place, whether you live in Athabasca, Sass Hall, or Capel Hall, usually every hall would have their own mailbox, and every resident would have their own key to their mailbox so that they can check their letters regularly. And I'm going to show you how it looks like here in our residence. This is basically the mailbox section where you can use your keys and you can obtain your letters. Now there's a lot of key boxes. In total, there's about 560, I think. So that tells you how many residences are living here in Athabasca. And there's so many people. So technically what you would do is that, for example, let's say if we're looking at 284 specifically, you would put your key inside. Once you've opened it, you will take out your letter and then you can see it and then you close it back. Usually your keys would be provided to you by the residence office. Here you can see they have nice bulletin boards. This is again created by RAs. They would change it for every 2 to 3 months. And then here they have like a couple more lounges here as well. However, this one, I want to say that it's usually closed. So people don't really go inside. There's only specific people who go in there. This lounge is definitely open. So if you're a person who wants to, you know, chill a little bit, that's a good lounge to go to. And then once you go outside, this is technically the residence office. If you have any questions about your residence, you could approach them and they would help you out with any of your concerns, pick up your parcels if they don't fit in the mailbox, and you can return your keys as well. So this is how it looks like. Alright everybody, so this was the view of Voyageur Place, and this was the 3 different floors that I've shown to you. We've gone over the different lounges, we've gone over the laundries, I've shown you the different corridors that we have, and also the 3 floors that we have in Voyageur Place. Now, Voyageur Place, this vlog is specifically for Athabasca. There will be a separate vlog coming out for Capel, and also for our Saskatchewan haul as well. So those are like the different hauls that we have, and if you want to learn a little bit more, if you have any more questions, feel free to comment it down below and I'll be more than happy to help you. Until then, I'll see you in my next vlog. Bye!